Hello Zorrocats! We are doing an episode of Weird Things. It's a collection of items that I have found and I have put together here in a nice little nugget. But first, I would like to just talk about the elephant in the room, and that's my failures. I feel I've let you down. I opened up a shop and it has since collapsed. And it is only because that I am not a proper businessman yet, but I shall be one day, where we will have a Zorrocats shop, and those items will be sold as one of a kind, I believe. We're going to go more for that direction. What I opened was a shop full of filler, the chuffa, and I deeply regretted it. Of course, my web design skills failed me, and the whole project collapsed only for a little while. Maybe in 6 months I'll try doing the shop aspect once again, but for now it was a bit of a failure, and I just wanted to speak to the absence of the store. So, what we have here are about 7 things we're going to go through quite quickly, and the first being this little gumball. I don't know if you remember being youthful and having these fall from the trees on the rainy, wet days, and then your friends would pick them up and throw them at each other, and it was quite fun. Alright, so what we have here is the sweetgum fruit. And the sweetgum fruit comes from the hazel pine. The hazel pine is indigenous to the northeast, really any temperate area. It's a decorative tree, or it's considered to be a decorative tree. And I'm not sure why it's called the sweetgum. But of course, we're going to do an episode and open this up and see what the inside is all about. But we will take a laser and we'll shine the laser in there to get an idea of what we're really dealing with. Moving on, so the sweetgum fruit. Next we have here a bit of avocado. Let's see what that's all about. I've got 3 sections of avocado. The skin, the outside of the center seed, and the center seed. So first we'll go in on the skin. Now that the outside that we look at, of course, just magnified 40 times, and some of the ripening areas there. There, okay, so that's one of the oxidized openings for the avocado at 1,000 times. Now I'm going to go on the inside at 40 times. Now this is just the inside of the skin. Looks like a bit mucusy or something, like just a nice soft inner layer. Let's look at it from the side. So there we have it. From the side you can see that epidermis is very, very thin, and then there's a meaty inner layer. Okay, and there's a bit of avocado there attached. So this isn't that green part that we know and love and eat. But we'll go over here to the outside of the seed at 40 times. There we are. Now that's the external skin of the seed. We'll flip that over. Oh, we have tweezers. Let's use the tweezers. So this has an interesting feature about it, where once we started to cut it, it turned copper in color. Like it was nice and soft, and this was the original color, but then it started to almost like have this bleeding effect, where it oxidized and turned copper in color, almost like it was rusting. And that is the inner layer of the skin. Let's see if we get. Alright, now we'll go to the inside. This is the meat of the seed. Of course, there's a little bit of particle on there. Looks like a potato chip or something. We'll go all the way in, all the way in. And it's very smooth in general, but you can see a little bit of that texture. Now the wishbone here will go to the outside, all the way out of course, 40 times. Come up the shaft of it here and it's going to turn more recognizable as a bone. It's got those strings flailing there. Look, it's almost like an antler. Okay. And there we have a nice cross section for the end of the bone where it broke. Now this is not the wish side, this is the small side. There's the inside of the hollow bone. Now of course birds have hollow bones, but this one is the unlucky side. Alright, so that was the wishbone. And we will move on to a stink bug. Alright, so here's the stink bug. He's deceased, of course. But it looks like he's got like gold plating. He looks like one of those aliens from Fifth Element. He's got like this gold armor plating and pin spotting.
That's getting a little weird.
The wings were open slightly. You see that there. So he's in very good condition. Well, besides being deceased. Weirdness. Weird things. Okay, you're going back in the jar, Mr. Stink Bug. 2 more bugs. Okay, so we have 2 very different kinds of bugs. What do we have? Huh. Now he's got 2 tickets to paradise. Now he's got little grooves on his legs, like, see that? Like a grasshopper. I wonder if he uses those to... Ooh, I'm blowing the bug around, my goodness. What could they be used for? I don't see any method for, like, eating. See that? Very mothy softness. He doesn't want to roll over for us. Wow, he really really does not want to roll over. There we are. He lost his antenna. Looks like an angel's wings. Would you look at the time? Very quilted. And lastly, we'll do some pencil shavings. That's a lot of pencil shavings. Okay, my word. Okay, there we go. Pencil shavings. I wanted that good graphite. So this will conclude another episode of 200,000 Times Closer. I thank you guys for joining me, and this has been an episode of Weird Things. If you thought this video was magnificent, then be sure to click the like button. You can always share. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the icon in the credits. And as always, my best to you.